What is up, everybody? I'm Courtney.
I'm Sean.
And we are
Hill City
Paranormal. Hey, Debbie. Welcome. Ooh, I like that profile picture. That would make a sick tattoo.
That's dope.
We were sitting
I'm a
here.
fan of the Raven.
Yeah, we were sitting here talking about tattoo ideas. I think we're well overdue for a new tattoo. Where the heck are you going now?
Debbie inspired me.
Uh-oh. He's going to bust out his life-size Raven.
Hey, Deb.
Halloween decor. Oh my God. Look, this past weekend, I almost got attacked by a bird.
My Raven will attack you.
Stop. What is the name of the bird? Stop that. What the hell is wrong with you?
This kind of looks like you a little bit.
You get on my nerves.
Debbie.
Are you done?
Look, I feel like this needs to be on the podcast. Like, I need to mount this.
Okay. So, seriously, though, I am not scared of birds. Okay? I'm not. But this past weekend, we were metal detecting. We went to like a metal detecting event. And I was walking through this field. It was on a battlefield. It was farmland on a battlefield. And this bird came out of nowhere, was like puffing up.
I didn't mean to.
Puffing up its feathers and all this stuff.
Why are you talking about bird?
Stupid bird.
You talking about bird?
Anyway, puffing up its feathers, yelling at me at the top of its lungs. And I was getting ready to punt this bird, y'all. I was going to kick it because it was rolling up on me. I felt threatened. So then I was like, okay, why is this bird out here? Let me like actually use my brain. Okay. Oh. And I'm like, it's got to be protecting something. It's got to be a female bird and it's protecting something. So I Google it. Have you guys ever heard of a killdeer? That's what the bird is called, a killdeer. All right. It's a little tiny bird with these long legs and like black rings around its neck. So when I got closer, because me being curious and dumb, I'm like, if this bird's trying to attack me, I want to know why and what it's protecting. So like I went closer and it had 4 little eggs sitting on the ground. And I posted a picture for those of you that are friends with me on Facebook. So that's why she just wanted to let us know, like, hey, don't pull up on my nest. All right. Michael Brooks, Fredericksburg Paranormal. Hello.
What's up, Michael?
Daryl Paulette and the infamous Ronnie Anderson.
My man Ronnie,
from
brother.
Bedford Paranormal.
Ronnie and Daryl, my brothers.
Debbie.
And Clover Hill.
Spirit of Clover Hill.
The Spirit of Clover Hill Village. We don't want to leave that out.
That's right.
Yeah.
Debbie Cushman.
Break my beak. As long as
Debbie knows me oh so well. Crystal.
Don't break.
Hi, honey. Y'all been like having some crazy weather down your way. Like every time I see that tornadoes are coming through your area, I'm just like, oh my God, let Crystal be okay. Like, this is crazy. Debbie likes the bird on your hoodie.
You know what, Debbie? I really didn't even pay attention. I didn't realize I was wearing this.
Inappropriate.
I'm so unprofessional.
So inappropriate.
I'm so inappropriate. If I'm offending anyone, I'll go put a t-shirt. I'll go get my t-shirt on.
Lord have mercy. And Fredericksburg Paranormal Research and Investigations themselves, live and in living color. FPRI.
Yes, the team's in here. I love y'all.
Yes. Anyway, guys, tonight we've got a guest. I know you've been stuck with Sean and I for several weeks, several months.
I feel so bad for y'all, too.
Mama D.
Mama D's in the house.
Hi, Mama D. Anyway, we have...
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
Hello?
Hello?
Inside joke, guys. You know what? We have crazy weather headed our way Sunday. So they were like, oh, well, it's supposed to be like 60 mile per hour winds, 80 degrees, and rotation. Whenever we hear that, we're just like, great. But I really hope, because you guys are definitely in Tornado Alley, that you guys remain safe at all times.
Yeah. Keep us posted on your status too, like what's going on.
And if you ever need to head to Virginia for, a quick weather getaway, we're here for you.
We can do a little investigating. Come on up here.
I already posted that. But without further ado.
Oh, I didn't see your post, okay?
Without further ado. Yes, Dixie Alley. Without further ado, please welcome to On the Other Side Paranormal Podcast with Hill City Paranormal.
You don't have a radio. Welcome to the other side. Spirit Seekers Paranormal.
Hi guys, how are you?
Seekers, what's up?
Yeah. Hey,
Not
Paul.
much. How about you?
What's up, Paul? Wait a minute, North Carolina. Oh crap!
He's got to look at his notes.
Oh shit! What I do with it?
See, Paul. He lied. He wrote it down.
No, I did write it down. Hold on. Don't type it either.
I'm gonna wait.
Where's what you do with my notes? North Carolina coastal. I got my glasses on too. North Carolina Coastal Plains Research. Paul.
Mine.
Paul, I told you I'd write it down though. North Carolina Coastal Plains Research. Yeah.
Mind altering gummies that have you on a trip, but you actually see the dead.
We need to create those.
Mom, are you high?
That might help us during our investigation. Mom probably is high. Mom over there in the bed, probably like, pop you gummies. I'm going to talk some shit tonight. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey, Ma, I'm coming over there. Sean, hold the podcast.
Give me one of them gummies.
Anyway,
gummies.
Spirit Seekers.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, absolutely. Oh my God, and Brian's here. We got all the fun crew in here.
Brian
you guys are in for a treat tonight.
Legendary guitar player.
Yes.
I've got many memories with Mr. Elder on the stage.
Yes, Crystal. Mom said, "Bring on the gummies." You know, we gave. Well, I'm not going to say we gave Mom gummies one time, but Mom is banned from gummies right now.
Yes, banned completely.
No more gummies.
Said, Mom, here's some gummies to help out with some of your pain. Take one, whole bag gone.
Yeah.
Over there just chilling with the gummies.
Anyway, like I said, without further ado, Spirit Seekers, please tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're from.
I'm from Elmira, New York. I've been interested in the paranormal for a lot of years. So I'm like trying to start my own little group and just go out there, and I want to be for real, and I want to discover the things that are out there. And I want to try to catch it on film and whatever and see what I can catch and share it with everybody.
Outstanding.
Now, have you been able to put together a small team yet? Is it like you and one other person, you and a couple other people?
Right now it's just me and my daughter.
Okay. How old's your daughter?
She's 23.
Okay. All right. And I see another friendly guest over there. Hi, how are you?
That would be my son. This is Toby.
Hi, Toby. Nice to meet you.
What's up, Toby?
Toby, are you interested in hunting ghosts too?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I see a cat.
We got a cat.
What's the cat's name?
Mustache.
Mustache. I love it. I love that name.
You got to get mustache in the camera.
Yes.
We need mustache, yo. We need on the camera.
I love it. Mustache.
So wait, does Toby go out with you too?
Every once in a while, he tends to rush me through everything because I feel you need to take the time to discover anything paranormal and try to get something to reach out to you. But he gets impatient and sometimes a little scared. So,
how old are you, Toby?
10.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I could totally see how paranormal investigating would be boring.
Yeah.
It's a lot of staring at the wall and hoping the wall talks back, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good age to get into it, though.
Yeah.
My daughter started when she was about 8, so
that's cool.
Good. Stick with it.
Yeah. So on our team, we have...
you're a person that gets the youth involved. I love it. There's so many people who's against that. There's people who will frown on you for that. We support that 100%. Lost Souls, Emily, Chris, what's up?
Yes.
But we actually support that 100%.
That's cool.
Like I said, my daughter started doing it when she was 8. So I'm with you. I think that's awesome. And it's great. Stick with it. It's cool. Fun.
Yeah, you could carry it on.
Carry on the
You
legacy.
definitely got to carry it on. You got that.
It gets less boring the older you get, I think.
Yeah. I
You
said
need the
carry
younger
on.
generation to move it up.
I said carry on the legacy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all are the
Yeah.
future. Yeah.
So your daughter's 23. How long has have you two been doing this together?
Probably maybe about a year and a half.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what got you interested in wanting to do more research into the paranormal?
Because I've had a few experiences myself over the years. So yeah. Like my most recent one was at an abandoned hotel, and I was doing a live event on there, or no, I wasn't doing a live event at that time, but I was recording, and I was going through, and I had gone through my recordings later, and I picked up a black figure, and I tried to stop it, and it's kind of blurry, but I try to stop it where you can see the figure. And it was a black figure right there in the doorway.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, those experiences tend to stick with you for a
Yeah.
while. And
Yep.
they do one of two things, in my opinion. They either make the normal person run the other way and never want to do it again, or they pique your curiosity and
Oh,
they
yeah.
make you want to do it more. So it sounds like in this instance, it definitely added to your already curious mind that was there and made you
Mhm.
want to seek more answers.
Oh, yeah. Well, when I was younger too, a young teenager, me and my mom were at the kitchen table, just sitting there, having breakfast and talking, and all of a sudden I happened to look up, and there was a black figure at that doorway. And it was looking right at me and my mom, and I slowly turned to look to her, and I said, "Did you see that?" She nodded her head yes, and when I looked back, it was gone.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. So you're seeing shadow figures.
Yep.
How many places have you guys gone to so far in the past year and a half, if any?
We've been through a few cemeteries. We went to an old abandoned school and did an investigation there. We didn't really catch anything on like voice recording, but we had the EMF meter going off quite a bit.
So do you like the cemeteries?
Yes, I do. In fact, me and my daughter just found a recent one. It's called Knoll Cemetery, and it's on a like old dirt road in back of a couple of houses. And you
Ooh.
would never know it was there. And it's up on a hill, and there's like about 12 Confederate soldiers buried there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
See, Courtney and I, we've been doing this together for about 15 years. I've been going a little bit longer than that as far as investigating, but we will literally each town we travel a lot over the 15 years. God, I don't know how much travel
Everywhere.
everywhere, all over the United States.
We have yet to make it to the West Coast, though. We are slacking.
Slacking. We have to go really far up north, but cemeteries always intrigue me. There's some investigators who will argue that cemeteries are not haunted. We host events at a cemetery, so I beg to differ. But I love cemeteries for multiple reasons. Number one, I indeed have good evidence from a cemetery. But two, just the history behind them.
Mhm.
The cemetery that we host our events at has a lot of Confederate soldiers there. And there's 2,200 there to be exact. And there's all kind of soldiers buried there. 1812 soldiers there. There's World War One soldiers buried there. So I mean, just look at the cemeteries tell a story just by the tombstones. You look at them,
Mhm.
how worn they are. Just cemeteries are awesome. Just to be there, and there's a lot of interesting things that happen in the cemetery. So you're one of the
Yeah,
few
they are.
investigators that like cemeteries. That's why when I hear that, I'm like, yes, finally, there's more than one.
Well, here's my daughter if you want to say hi.
Bring her on. We want to talk.
Hi, daughter.
We want to talk to you too.
This is Barbara.
Hey,
Hi, Miss Barbara. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, we want to talk to all of you.
I heard you and your mom kind of formed a team.
Yeah, we did.
I think that's really cool.
Why did you want to?
Howie.
Yes, Howie's in here.
Shout out ASPS,
And
Rift
Lost
Nation
Souls.
Network. Am I missing one?
Orion Effect.
Orion Effect, Howie, Ed Odell, all that. Go check them out.
And Lost Souls.
I said Lost Souls.
Did you
Emily
say
and
Lost
Chris,
Souls?
Lost Souls
You
are
did say it. I'm
our
sorry.
sister team here. We hang out with them guys a lot. Great people. We love them.
Anyway, I want to know why Barbara decided she wanted to get into paranormal research with mom.
Yeah, Barbara, you got to tell us.
I've had a couple experiences myself. Plus, since I was like maybe 13, 14, I was always into the paranormal and watched like a lot of videos on the paranormal. Even loved watching Ghost Adventures growing up.
Okay.
So just kind of
What kind of
interested
experiences
in.
have you had?
Um,
If you want to
when I
share,
was-
if you don't, that's okay.
That's fine. When I was younger, I was in my room and I had my light off, but our hallway light was still on. And back then, my mom used to have this chair that would sit in my room, and you could see like the light, the hallway light from underneath it. And I was getting ready to go to bed, and when I looked over, I seen like some weird like black shadow figure just like staring at me from underneath the chair. Like I could not see the light from underneath the chair at all. It was just pitch black.
It wasn't mustache, was it?
No.
I like that cat. I like that name, Mustache.
No, I'm just messing with it. You got real serious.
She actually looks like she has a mustache, though.
What, the shadow figure or the cat?
The cat.
All right. I just want to be clear here. All right.
The shadow figure
also,
might have had a
There's,
mustache.
there's also this YouTuber channel called Twin Paranormal.
Twin Paranormal?
Twin
Yeah.
Paranormal.
I'll have to check them out. Are they pretty cool?
Yeah.
I'm taking notes here.
Where do they go? Like everywhere?
Yeah, they go to the most haunted places, so they get a lot of.
So if you could go, Toby, if you could go to any haunted place in the whole wide world based on Twin Paranormal's YouTube, where would you go?
Probably somewhere where they've gone. Probably like to the Haunted Manor or something.
The Haunted Manor.
Who's your favorite
Yeah.
YouTuber?
Probably Twin Paranormal.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to check them out. Just because you recommended them, when I get off here, I'm going to go look at them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we
posted
follow them on Facebook.
Yeah, I think we do follow them.
They post every Sunday, so
Every Sunday.
That's great time for
Yeah.
you.
I was going to say, that's a great time. That's my downtime and my YouTube time. So, yes,
yeah.
I love it. Well, thanks for the recommendation, sir. I
Yeah, we need
appreciate it.
You're
recommendations.
welcome. You're welcome.
So, of course, I have to ask you guys, being that you're from New York, I've heard so many stories that the Empire State Building is haunted. Is that true?
I have no idea. See, we're in a smaller town. We're not in New York City itself. We're like a few hours away from that in a smaller town called Elmira. So, yeah, we're a few hours away.
Okay. Well, there's
Yeah.
a lot of haunted locations up there. Drop in the comments. I can't remember, or maybe isn't like the Hinsdale house? Isn't there like a house in New York or something? Or an
I think
asylum
so.
or something? FPRI, I'm tapping you in on this one. You guys went on your paracation there. Where is that
There's
haunted place in New York?
I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of history up there.
There is a lot of history. There's this place called Belhurst Castle. I really would love to go because they say that's haunted as well. And that's up in Geneva.
Okay.
Hmm.
I definitely would 10 out of 10 go to a castle. I feel like I should live in a castle.
As long as it's not winter time, because it's cold in New York.
Yeah. I know when FPRI went, Hinsdale. Yeah. Okay. So I was right. Ronnie, thank you. Came in clutch as usual.
Well, Ronnie.
And then-
Ronnie knows
Yes.
everything.
Hinsdale houses
gonna
in New
know.
York. That's it, Debbie. Rolling Hills Asylum.
I've heard of that, yeah.
Yeah. Carrie said she shows horses in New York. I didn't know that, Carrie.
Yeah, Care Bear, you never told us that. But Carrie
Amity,
goes everywhere though. Carrie just disappears on the weekend.
Amityville. That's not in New York, is it?
I think it is.
If Mom is right,
You know, Mom's going to know. Probably so. I think so.
it is. It is.
Mom,
Ma.
See, my mom has never talked to me about paranormal until I became public about investigating.
I think Mom's been a paranormal
I
investigator.
think she's been one.
On the low.
She just didn't tell me about it.
Statler Hotel is in Buffalo. We're giving you all kind of ideas for New York. Now you're going to be running around New York.
Yeah, you're going to
be. There's also a place
Leon?
called Devil's Elbow in Owego, New York. That's supposed to be haunted.
Devil's Elbow?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I was there a couple of times.
Devil's Elbow.
Yep. Owego, New York.
And what's the story behind it? Is it like an urban legend or?
Yeah, there's like a woman that was killed over there by a tavern. They say that somebody had hit her in the head with like a board or a hatchet, and they found her skull digging out the ground.
Great day.
Yeah.
See, now that's right up my alley. I'm a true crime buff. So anywhere where there's like any history of murder or mayhem, I am there. Ronnie said the Buffalo train station is haunted.
See, Bedford Paranormal collaborate this year. Maybe we need to head up north.
There you go.
I went to college with a girl who grew up in the Amityville house.
You did tell me that. That's right. Carrie, you know, we've talked for so many years, like 12 years now.
Howie says, hey, Mama D. Awesome. So do you guys have what plans do you guys have for 2025? Like, are you wanting to travel, venture out, just kind of stay local?
Right now we're going to stay local. We got a lot going on right now. We're trying to get a house and everything. So we're going to stay local for right now and then eventually get out more.
Okay. There's no harm in that. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of these we call them pay to play locations. They're rough. Emily already started it. I see a paranormal vacation in New York in my future.
Emily, if y'all are down, we're down. We can make it happen.
I have a big girl job, Emily, so I'm gonna need like notification, and like my PTO is spent this year. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm gonna try to hit up Ronnie and Ed and a few other people, see if we can't get a big group together, head up there and tackle this.
Haas Paranormal. Matt and Josie Haas are good friends out of Long Island and can give you the 411 on all the locations in New York. So look up Haas Paranormal, HAAS Paranormal.
All right.
You'll get the inside scoop.
Haas Paranormal, yep.
Okay. On New York. But like I was saying, a lot of these pay-to-play locations are rough. Like even, I don't care if you had a 10-person working household. Like, I am not paying $1,700 for 5 hours. Like, that's not happening. That's insane to me. So, like,
choose wisely.
I like what you guys are doing. I like what you and your daughter are doing, just kind of staying local, going to cemeteries, going, to doing a little, as we call, urban exploration. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Hey, Ryan.
Ryan C. Jones, another ASPS member.
And with an official Rift Nation member.
Rift Nation Network. And totally... No, not totally. The freaking awesome paranormal show. I always want to say totally because it is totally freaking awesome.
It is totally awesome.
That's another one that's you want to check out. They air right after we do at 9:00 on the Rift Nation Network. We always hop on right afterwards to check them out because their show is all very entertaining. Great show. You'll learn a lot from watching those guys. Great show.
Hey, Francisco, and say hi to the wifey too.
What's up, Francisco?
I think you're trying to say we live in Midtown and tons of places in New York to explore. Correct me if I'm wrong. Or is it with live?
With love. I don't know. With live?
What?
Or we live in Midtown.
I don't know.
I think it's we live.
Patricia McBride, I'm getting ready to do a paranormal investigation at St. Albans. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Patricia.
St. Albans is great. If you ever come down south.
To everybody.
In Virginia. We can put you onto a lot of locations here. If you ever travel down south.
And for anybody who is looking to investigate St. Albans, I'm about to put you on to a once in a lifetime. Well, not, I don't want to say once in a lifetime,
not
because
once in a
it's
lifetime.
once a
We're
year
not about to die.
opportunity. Get on Facebook and get your tickets to EnigmaCons, guys. Bedford Paranormal has teamed up with St. Albans to host EnigmaCons the weekend of April 26th. And with your ticket purchase comes an investigation.
Nice.
You didn't hear it from me, guys. Just go purchase your tickets. Ronnie said great location. He might be partial.
I thought it was a great location. Some things
I
happen.
think Ronnie's partial.
Some things happen in that place that I can't
Awesome.
explain. And Courtney's trashy piece of equipment that she likes actually gave us some evidence there that made me somewhat believe in it. Maybe just this much.
Signed, sealed, delivered, Ronnie.
Ronnie, we got you.
Signed, sealed, and delivered.
You saw it with your own two eyes, Ronnie.
Yeah, you saw and you heard it with your own ears. Daryl said, and if you go to EnigmaCons with a bonus, you get to see him. Unbeknownst to Daryl, they're doing a live person auction, and Daryl's on the docket. Starting bid $10, ladies.
See, you gonna get Becky fighting you now. She gonna bibbity boop bop you.
Becky is probably on my level and trying to get a break for a night. I did.
Oh man.
Speaking of equipment, what kind of equipment do you guys use when you head out?
We have a little bit of variety. We have EMF. We have a laser. We have sensor light, grid light. Of course, your voice recorder and cat balls.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
I love it. We have learned recently that less is more.
Yeah.
We well, not recently. We've been kind of learning that. We've got, cases of equipment, and it's just, we get better results with less is more.
Yeah.
I do want to get some more, like the spirit, what do you call it? The voice talker and stuff like that. I really want to get some more equipment. Yeah.
Gotcha. You know, your best bet a lot of the time is some indie equipment makers. There's a lot of independent equipment makers out there. Shameless plug, Booze Paranormal's out there. You've got a lot of UK.
Etsy
is going to be your best friend with paranormal equipment.
Okay.
You got spirit boxes, music REM pods. I mean, pretty much anything you can.
But honestly, with what you got,
Hey, Sam.
Hey, Sam in Wyoming. Thanks for tuning in. Honestly, what you have, as long as you got a camera, recorder, the stuff you got, you throw the spirit box in there, you're good. You can pretty much investigate anything anywhere. All the other stuff is cool. Don't get me wrong, but everything you have, you can capture pretty much any evidence you're looking for. The other stuff, the bells and whistles are nice, but everything else is pretty much.
Wait a minute. There's another. That's a different cat. That's not Mustache.
What's that cat's name?
Loki.
That's Loki.
Loki and Mustache.
Like the god of mischief, Loki? Is it like the god of mischief, that Loki?
Yeah, she is. Okay. She's a little troublemaker.
I love it.
Got
you.
Another thing you can look up on YouTube, Toby, is the cat song. I learned there is an official song for cats today.
You love cats.
You got to look it up. I sent it to Mom today, and she thought it was the best song ever. Francisco recommended to looking at the World Trade Center. 2,000 lives were lost, as we all know, tragically on 9/11. Those grounds are truly haunted. I was there when it happened. Francisco, I will say,
feeling there.
I was going to say that. So we did visit. We took my stepdaughter down there for an educational brief trip, and it is very, very heavy. Very heavy at the side of the World Trade Center. A lot of emotion over there. So I don't know. You might try your luck with some K2s or something out there one evening. We waved at Sam. There's nothing like God-given intuition. That's right.
Mom believes in no paranormal equipment whatsoever.
Brian, I told you, get us on the. It's a cat toy.
Oh,
Get us on in there. We'll come down there and investigate. I know you said 2 people drowned in the well, so we will get down there and
I think he
investigate.
tried to get us there.
Sam has a cat named Mustache.
I hate that cat.
Aw.
I've seen videos of that
That
cat.
is
That
so
cat is
cute.
mean. That cat is evil.
Sam, do you have an evil cat named Mustache?
She posts videos of the cat. That cat is evil.
Patricia said she's got a voice recorder and a video camera. Man, I love it. I love it. Voice recorder, video camera. That's all you need. And your best friends.
Yep.
Your cell phone has it all. You got a camera. You've got a video camera. You've got a voice recorder. You've got phone apps if that's your forte. You've got all kind of stuff. You know, Ronnie,
That's
Flight
right.
93 crash site was pretty heavy and surreal. I haven't been there, but I can definitely imagine. But I mean, that's another. I imagine going to Flight 93 crash site is a free location.
Have to check it out.
I mean, we've been known to just go to locations with a K2 in our pocket.
Yeah.
You never know. I think we need a trip to New York.
Yes. Have to show you some cemeteries. The one that me and my daughter were at too. We caught, a little bit of stuff there. One night we were investigating and we heard something walking in the leaves. And I just happened to look over and I caught something running by a light. So something was there, definitely there.
Wait, time
Every
out. You
time
can
we've been there, we've heard a lot of
cemeteries at
stuff going on.
You can legally investigate cemeteries at night in New York?
I don't know, but I did it.
Okay, so maybe we should leave the word legally out of there.
Yeah.
We were urban. We got lost.
Yeah.
Riddle.
What's up,
Lord
Mike?
have mercy. What's going on, Mike?
I ain't seen Mike in a
Patricia
while.
said, I would love to investigate CVTC. Patricia, true story. The security guard that works the gate at CVTC is probably the most person, I don't even know if I'm saying this correctly, the most dedicated person to his job that I have ever met in my entire existence. I bribed this man with $100 bill and he would not let us in. So, that now that it's federally owned, we cannot get in there, unfortunately. And security will chase you down.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Well, anytime you see a dude with just the mustache, no goatee, ears poking out, yeah, they're not letting you in there. I promise you.
Lost souls. Emily said I've gotten more stuff with just my cell phone than any other equipment. True story. True story.
Just about all of our apparitions that we've caught on camera have been with a cell phone.
You can't go to the actual creator, but you can walk the flight path from Flight 93. So, I mean, that sounds like a good evening trip. So, what other things do you guys like to do for fun besides Paranormal Investigate?
Well, we like to play card games. We play games on our phone. We watch TV. I crochet. Walks. We visit. We hike. We visit museums and everything.
We like to snuggle.
Aww. I bet you do. Mom's blanket looks real comfy.
I was thinking that it looks really soft.
And you got to make time for snuggles.
Oh yeah.
This
Definitely.
is actually a cold.
Well, it definitely looks comfy.
It is.
So we're out investigating. What's your go-to piece of equipment? Like, what do you feel like you?
I believe it, Sam.
What's the first thing you reach for on an investigation?
I'm usually reaching for the EMF.
Okay.
Yeah, that, and then the second it would be the cat balls.
And what about Barbara? What's her go-to?
I really don't know. I think she likes to use all of it, really. She took off, so I didn't get a chance to ask her.
You're a little camera shy?
I think so.
I understand. Me too, believe it or not.
Francisco wants to know, has anyone ever investigated a place right after a murder or a suicide?
Right after.
So
I think we have.
I don't know if we ever have right after.
I've investigated a grave right after someone was buried in it.
You have.
And I actually got that person's voice.
But it wasn't like a murder or a suicide. I don't know how I would feel with investigating a location right after a suicide. Murder, 10 out of 10. And call me morbid, but I feel like suicide, that's kind of...
I would, hands down.
I don't know. I don't know.
Y'all,
I don't know what I would do.
Y'all out there can criticize me and judge me all you want. I hands down would.
Spirit Seeker, what would you do?
100% would.
I don't know. Actually, I know morbid. Speaking of being morbid, me and my daughter, we like to investigate a cemetery over by us called Woodlawn Cemetery every once in a while. Well, not too long ago, they discovered bones that were hundreds, like 100 years old, I think it was. And I told my daughter, I said, that would be very cool to find.
I think it would be cool to find some bones.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would bring them home. Like, I might rebury them.
No, definitely not. No, but just to find it would be, kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A site right after a murder or suicide. I'm still stuck on that question.
I'm in there. 100%.
Ronnie said they lock sites down usually. This is true, Ronnie, but after they have collected all their evidence, they leave the crime scene tape up and kind of just leave.
If they ask me to come in there right afterwards, I'm in there with a recorder. I'm straight in there.
I feel like my fascination, though, is more so with cold cases.
Yeah, cold cases are cool.
Like, I've always been fascinated with like the psychic mediums that they call out that they help, solve cold case murders. Or just cold cases in general. Recently here in Virginia, we're from Virginia. Recently here in Virginia, they just found human remains. For those of you that are in Virginia with us, I'm sure you saw it all over the news. They found human remains right off the side of the highway. Out here, we have a highway called 460. They found human remains and they were able to connect it to I think it was a 2 or 3 year old cold case.
Wow.
A young man had gone missing 2 or 3 years ago, and they found human remains just this week. So
that's crazy.
I mean, my curiosity is there, Francisco, for sure. When they found that body over there in Lynchburg, I think we looked at each other and we were like, we should go investigate it. But they were definitely on that site for weeks, the police and FBI and everything. They just found human remains from a lady missing since 2023 in Wyoming. So they're just popping up. Yes, Ronnie, on the 460. I think his name was Tyler or something. Brian said they found it 5 miles from my house. See, that's crazy. I mean, I'm glad that the family can now get some closure.
Yeah.
But I wonder if the spirit would stay at the site in which its remains were discovered.
It goes back to what I've said before. People have asked me before, why would I stay at my grave site when I die? And it goes back to, why would I stay where I was brutally murdered? Why would I stay where I off myself? Why would I stay? Why would you stay anywhere? Well, if my body's there, it's where I'm attached to. It's where I've lived my whole life. It was in my body, So, you never know where spirit's going to be. Spirit, they say that spirits are around you all the time.
Yeah.
It's worth a look. It's kind of like metal detector. It's kind of like metal detector. That's a hobby of mine. Why is there a coin in the middle of a field, middle of nowhere, when you're digging in the ground? So
I could answer that.
Somebody dropped it?
Well, yeah, back in the day, there wasn't highways, so people just had to walk or go by horseback or donkey.
So why do we get EVPs in random places sometimes? We don't know what was there, who was there, what's attached to the land.
That's true.
You don't know what's attached to anything. You don't know what that land was 150 years ago. We don't know who was there, who died there. 160 years ago, if you died here, sometimes they just took you out in the backyard and buried you.
That's true. Chuck said the body they found was a cousin of a friend of his. Man, I'm sorry for that. I'm not.
That sucks.
I'm sorry that he passed away, but I'm glad the family got closure. I really am. Because, like, I would be not sleeping for several years. Somebody comes to me and says that a loved one passed away. Like, I need a body. I need proof.
If you really think about that, that's terrible that somebody comes up missing and their body is gone for years and they just find it. I mean,
right on the side of a highway and you didn't find it before.
That's terrible, man. Like, if you
See, I
think
have
about
questions.
it. So I am glad they found it. It's just, to me, that's just, your family's waiting for all that time. That's just, my thoughts and prayers go out to whoever that family member was that was looking for their loved one for that long.
And Sam, yes, 10 out of 10, I'm going to haunt everybody.
Absolutely.
Like, I feel like spirits
and my
can
investigator
teleport.
friends, please investigate me, because if there's a way I can communicate you, I will. Just do not use a REM pod. I will not touch it.
I'm going to set up all the equipment, but not cut it on if anything happens to you. And then I'm going to, like, taunt you. I'm going to be like, you want to touch the equipment? Too bad.
I'm knocking everything off the shelves.
Howie said, interesting question about the spirit actually remaining at the site of a tragedy. Okay. Depends on where the energy was released when the spirit is called.
Well, see, that's Howie. That's actually a deep
tragic based on calm.
That's a deep question right there. And I'm glad you brought that up, because that's something we can get into. So there's videos that have been put on the internet where they're showing in a morgue a body's laying there, and there's a light that comes out the body, or something comes out the body. You don't know when that energy is released. We don't know. That's why some morgues are haunted. That's why some people have investigated some funeral homes and get nothing, because, where are you at? So does your soul stay with the body to the grave? We don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't believe so. I believe because you're getting embalmed, you're going through that process.
Well, I was going with Howie on this one. Faith belief. I don't believe, like, my faith, I don't believe that the soul stays with the body to the grave. I believe your soul is released. But we could put a spin on Ronnie's question. Does your soul stay with the body to the grave if a tragedy was involved? So, like, I believe your soul is released if it's like an accidental death or, a natural cause, but does it actually stay with the body until it's solved, so to speak?
I don't think so either. I think that, I believe once you pass away and you're gone, again, whatever's in you is out at that point. Again, it goes back to that theory of why the body drops the weight when you die. So, but where does it go? That's the question, and that's something that we'll find out one day. We're going to know one day, but that's an answer that we don't know. Again, you can bring religion into it. You can bring your faith, your belief, everything you can throw out there. We won't know for sure until we cross that line one day. But what I do believe is that when you do pass, your energy does get released at some point. That electricity cuts off. And again, if you believe in Newton's law and theory, it's never lost. It's never destroyed. It goes somewhere. Where does it go? And can you choose where it goes? That's the next question. So once the energy's out, bam, you're gone. Eyes are closed, heart stopped, brain's cut off, electricity's done. Where does it now go? So is it there at the site where it happened, or does it float off to your house where you were? Where is it at? It's in the atmosphere somewhere. Where is it going at this point? That's the question.
What's your take? It's Melody, right?
Yes.
What's your take on that?
I'm gonna have to go with what he's saying. I don't. That's kind of hard. Like he said, you have to, like, when you pass on, you'll know then. But I think your spirit kind of goes all over. Maybe checks on things. Maybe tries to replay itself. I don't. it's kind of a hard question.
Yeah, I think it's all solely based on belief.
Yeah.
That's what keeps us investigating.
That's right. John
Yeah.
said, in reference to your coin being in the ground, the land is millions of years old, full of history.
That's why I believe that you can get an EVP in the middle of a field somewhere that has nothing behind it, no history you can look up because you don't know what was there.
Family was taken right out to a family burial plot that wasn't far from the house. Interesting thought on that, isn't it? What family? Howie, I think I lost you there.
Ben was taken right out to a burial plot that wasn't far from the house.
Yeah, what situation are we talking about?
Oh, he's talking about where I was saying that 100 years. I believe how.
Yeah.
You
Okay,
can correct me if
all
I'm
right.
wrong, but if you died like 160 years ago, we were in this house and I keeled over, you would just take me out to the backyard.
Yeah.
There wasn't money for, you got to think embalming really didn't start until the Civil War era.
Well, look, check this out.
And that's not that long ago if you think about it. It's, 160 years ago is when the Civil War was here.
When I first moved here, I moved to Appomattox, Virginia, and I rented a place out in Holiday Lake State Park from a younger couple. And she was giving me some history because, for those that don't know, I'm from the West Coast. So, she was giving me some history on the area, and she told me that in Appomattox County, that if a loved one, like your spouse, passes away, you don't even have to report it. You can just go bury them in the backyard.
Yeah, try that and see what happens.
Oh, wow.
Go ahead and try that.
I was shocked.
Murder charge.
Well,
go to jail.
At that time, I literally Googled it, and I was able to Google it. I haven't Googled it since.
Hook them and book them.
But I was like, so let me get this straight. You can just launch grandpa into the backyard? What? Yes, Chuck, call us later. In that situation, I do not believe the family gets closure. I mean, if you don't know, if a loved one goes missing and then they find the remains, at least you have some kind of closure. At least you know that they're not just missing.
Right. I get what you're saying, Debbie.
Yeah, Sam, I believe Oz will definitely 10 out of 10 investigate Sean.
Just do not use a REM pod. I'll start singing, though.
We need a code. Elderly neighbor was found dead on the bottom of the stairs. I want to tell the new tenants, but haven't. Oh my God. Okay, so now you put a twist on it. So you asked if we would investigate a recent murder or suicide. If it was right there in my housing area,
absolutely,
I totally would slip out there with some
I'd be out there with a recorder and a heartbeat. Hey.
I would be sitting at the stairs
Miss Johnson, are you here? I know somebody's gonna get mad after they see this and be like, y'all are joking about that. This really happened. Listen, I'm not joking about it. I'm being dead serious. I would be sitting out there with a recorder. Miss Johnson, can you hear me? It's Sean. Are you here? And trying to get a response. Listen, this is what we do. We are paranormal, as Ronnie Anderson lovely put it, researchers. Our job is to go out here and research. If I can get Miss Johnson to say, yes, this is Miss Johnson.
I thought we were just ghost observers.
Oh, that's right. Somebody told me that, and y'all answer this in the comments, please. None of us paranormal investigators or researchers are actually real investigators. We are ghost observers because we do not hire mediums to operate with us. I forgot his name, or I'd call him out because I don't believe in the whole BS with it. But they said that we
left his comment up on our Hill City Paranormal page, guys. He wanted us to hire, quote unquote,
him because he was a medium.
Because he is a renowned psychic medium. I've never heard of this guy. And it all boiled down to, he commented on our post. I was at work, did not see the comment because I cannot be on my phone all day with what I do for work, and did not answer him in a timely fashion. So because I did not answer him in a timely fashion, I absolutely was the world's worst person. I was not a real paranormal researcher. I have absolutely no experience in this field whatsoever.
We are just
and all observers. I do is observe ghosts.
We have no clue what we're doing.
I totally like that phrase.
I agree with him though. We really don't know what we're doing. To be honest with you.
So Ronnie wants to know, if the soul doesn't leave the body, why go to the cemetery?
That's a good question, Ronnie. I'll tell you what, though.
Well, let's ask Melody first.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and answer it. If the soul doesn't, why go to the cemetery? If I go before you, Ronnie, investigate me, I'll answer. If I can.
Ronnie, I'll pick you up. You and the wife can come with me, and we'll go investigate Sean's gravesite.
If I'm there, I'll answer it. I promise. I know that's a serious question, but I really don't know. I'll shoot this one back at you, Ronnie. Answer in the comment. We need to get Ronnie on the show. Ronnie, please get on the show.
I'm gonna message you. I'll get a date, Ronnie. So y'all two can argue.
But here's my question though: why do we get EVPs in evidence at the cemetery? At a cemetery, who's there?
Chuck said traumatic imprint.
I like that answer.
Let me get through. So why do you think, Melody? Why do you think that spirits potentially haunt, so to speak, a cemetery or hang out in a cemetery?
Well, maybe they get stuck. Maybe it's certain places that spirits, feel comfortable going to. Maybe it was something that they visited in the past, and maybe that's their comfort area.
Okay. I know a lot of people that hang out in cemeteries for peace. Like, just to be honest, like they're very, they feel at peace. That's where they can clear their head. I
have an answer to that.
Yeah. I'm sure you do.
My theory. Shut up.
Sure you do.
My theory on that, and Ronnie does pose a great question because it really doesn't make sense. Why are you getting evidence at a cemetery if it even really is evidence? But my theory to that is, again, if I was to pass away, let's say my family came to visit me every Saturday morning. I was passing by a cemetery the other day, and I saw a young lady, appeared to be a teenage girl, sitting down with her family. She was sitting Indian style, staring at somebody's grave. And I was driving by, and I saw it. It kind of choked me up a little bit. But I saw her and her family gathering at that grave. How long does that last after you die, honestly? After somebody dies, how long does that last? Your family coming to gather at your grave, putting flowers on your grave, talking to you, hugging the ground, all the emotional stuff. How long does it last after someone passes away? Not very long, realistically. After so much time goes by, all that stops. If that's what you're used to after you pass away, and if you're there and you're getting that love and attention still, maybe you don't realize what happens when that stops. Maybe that family moves to another state or moves on, and you're still looking for that. So when you come to the cemetery, if your spirit's still there, you're waiting for that to come back. That's a possibility. That's one of my theories, is that your spirit is still there waiting for that interaction. Well, here comes Hill City Paranormal. Here comes Spirit Seekers wandering through the cemetery, wanting to talk to people. Oh crap! Are they talking to me? Here's my chance to speak to somebody. If I was a spirit, especially an older spirit that has no clue what this new technology is, here's my chance to communicate with somebody. That's what I'm going to gravitate to. That's just a theory, one of the theories, or a possibility.
Let's get through some of these comments.
Let's get through all of them.
All right. Howie said that's one thing that's interesting. We do know that energy is not created and destroyed. Therefore, when the body releases its energy, it has to go somewhere. But when? Good point.
I was thinking of where.
It's been said infants/children are quote unquote in between, whatever that means. Ronnie, are their choices? I'm going to answer that in a second. They may be there paying respect to their memory and to comfort you. Brian said when his dad passed, he lost 20 pounds. Where did it go? He didn't look right in the casket.
Ooh.
Howie, Holiday Lake has a haunted history behind it.
Yeah.
Very interesting haunted history. I don't know what I said to make mom laugh at me, but I'm sure it was something.
We'll find out about it after the show.
How about an overnight in a funeral home? 10 out of 10 would do it.
Love to. We tried.
That would be awesome.
10 out of 10 would do it. Debbie, you can bury someone on your property. When you do that, property becomes a cemetery and you will no longer have to pay taxes on that property.
If Courtney comes up this.
My wheels are turning, Debbie. Could there be an attachment to the body? I could see following the body to the grave. Okay. See? You can bury him in the backyard in Appomattox, but it has to be investigated.
Yeah, so there is no calling it in.
I don't know. Ronnie called BS. Howie's laughing at me. Chuck said, oh boy. Sam does not believe in mediums. Daryl said bull crap. I'm not going to say that because there is a child present. And I guess that dude produced his eggs out his behinds. I need to be a ghost observer. Sam, I'm sure from afar, knowing you. I'll watch y'all. I need a sign from Sean. Yes.
It's right here.
Ronnie, you know what? Howie said, let's bring Ronnie on G3. I think Ronnie, Howie, and Sean would make a phenomenal collab on G3.
Yes.
Haunting Angels.
Yes.
Hi, girls. Hi. Peace.
Good idea, Howie.
Why do we get EVPs? Good question. I don't know, but I definitely need to come and check the cemetery out. Ronnie, yes, you do.
Ron, I've been telling you this for a long time.
I'm going to get back to Francisco. I see you. How long does a person birthday energy last? Leah says years in some cases. Francisco put a twist on the story. The elderly next door neighbor had a dream of her, so her husband checked on her in the morning, and that's who found the body.
Oh my gosh.
This is like a true crime documentary.
That's like a movie. Jesus.
In this case, could you have a family member attached who travels with you? I think so.
I think so.
We're investigators, observers. We debunk. We do it all. Biggest thing we learn about the paranormal, we don't need mediums to do that. Bam. Say it again a little bit louder for those in the back.
And let me touch on that just for a second. If those of you out there who are looking to join a team, don't comment on somebody's video and expect us to respond to you right then and there, that day, that second, and then get mad at us if we don't do it right then and there and expect us to accept you on our team. It doesn't work that way.
And especially not if you get crappy with us. Like, that is the last person I'd like to welcome to our team is somebody who just like bashed me publicly on social media.
And we're not hiring. Just to let you know, we're not.
Yeah,
this is not a job.
We do this as a hobby. We pay far more out to be paranormal researchers than we take in. Right. 1A, let's go ahead and add up all the expenses of all the equipment because this crap is not cheap. 2B, travel expenses, locations, the pay to play, as everybody calls it. For other people, I mean, I can go deep. I've got to board my dogs if I do an overnight. I've got, it
is not cheap being a paranormal investigator. So if you want to join a team, try messaging them, being nice and courteous. And if you have a certain skill that you would like to add to the team, explain your skill, what your skill is, your credentials, yada, yada, yada. But don't attack the team for not getting right back to you. Some of us have other things going on in life. Just like a heads up.
Jobs. Carrie, I think your energy draws the energy you attract. When you communicate with a spirit, you draw their energy. Positive draws positive and negative draws negative.
Absolutely agree.
I agree with Carrie.
Bingo.
Shout out Carrie and Chuck Whitby, by the way.
Yes, they are team members. D Downs. Yes, I talked about not having to report the death. If I could totally not report the death, I wouldn't. Too much, what do you call it? Too many people in my business. Just, if you he died of a heart attack, I'd throw him out back. Ronnie said he's in for G3.
That would be a great show.
Howie, definitely holler at Ronnie. I will tune in. I tune in anyway. I don't know why I said that. Years in some cases. People visit grave sites. Hopefully your birthday energy lasts all your life until you pass.
And even after.
Haunting Angels.
Haunting Angels.
I want to go back up. There was a comment that I said I was going to touch on.
Was it Francisco?
No. Are there choices? Ronnie wants to know if there are choices. Before we wrap up this show, Ronnie, life is full of choices.
Are there choices in the afterlife?
But in the afterlife, what are the choices? We actually don't know. Do we get to the pearly gates and, the bearded man says...
How do you know he's got a beard?
Well, all the pictures I saw in Sunday school growing up, the man at the gate has a big beard. So I'm gonna call him the bearded man. Who meets you at the gate? Joseph, St. Joseph?
I thought it was Peter.
Peter, somebody.
No.
I should know this. I had badges for Sunday school. I should know this stuff. But long story short, you're met at the pearly gates, right? And he says, okay, you can enter these gates, or you can go back down and your spirit will remain earthly and you could communicate with loved ones for the rest of your afterlife. The rest of your afterlife. Maybe that's a choice that's given.
Yes, Peter. Free will.
I can talk to the dead, $35 an hour, 5-hour minimum. I love it.
That's essentially what the guy was trying to do.
Fabulous. Francisco, you're hired on
the spot.
No interview needed. Ronnie, Mama D is scaring me. Mama D is commenting because she knows.
I mean, this was a great conversation.
Yeah, free will. The journey continues. Thank you, Ronnie. It's Peter. I believe your whole existence you are learning even when you're dead.
The movie Ghost rings a bell every time we get these conversations. Even though it's a movie, it's Hollywood. I love it because it gives you the possibilities, the what ifs. What if when you pass away, there's an OG ghost that pulls you aside and says, hey, you need to develop energy and learn how to move things, how to communicate with the living. And this is how you do it. And what if out of 10, there's one real medium that can actually screw up and actually see or hear or talk to or communicate with the dead, that can actually teach the dead how to communicate or communicate through to people and stuff. Like, what if that stuff is actually not Hollywood and that part actually is how it works? We don't know, but
so there's like a ghost training class?
You never know. But when I watched the movie Ghost, and that's why I like it so much, because it almost seems like that's how it works. How come some ghosts can communicate through your EVP? How come some ghosts can open or close a door or cut on and off a light? How come some can do some can't?
So you're telling me?
I'm not telling you anything. I'm
when
just
I
giving
die,
you theory. I'm giving you theory. I'm not telling you anything because I don't know. I won't know until I die.
When I die, I'm gonna have like a whole ghost job.
You might.
No.
You might.
No.
You might.
That is like, no. You might as well send me down below. I'm not working after I die.
You talking about getting sent down below? They ain't talking about being hot, burning all day. To hell with that. I get hot easily here. I do not like the heat. I've done enough with heat. That's why I pray every night.
I grew up in Arizona.
Try not to deal with the heat. There goes that cat.
Mustache.
Mustache.
Doesn't God call all his children home? Ronnie, it depends on your belief.
That's Streak.
That's another cat? A different cat?
Oh, yeah.
How many cats y'all got?
So what's that one?
That one was Streak.
So we got Loki, Mustache, and Streak.
Yep.
Oh,
are we missing any?
3 more, actually. We have 6 altogether.
Shout out to all the cats.
That's right.
4 kittens and 2 adults.
Mm-hmm.
So we actually have 8.
No, we don't.
Oh, yeah, 6.
Mom's going, wait a minute, those are 2 I did not count.
I know. I'm like, whoa. We kind of sort of adopted them over the summer because they got kicked out and I felt bad. I was only going to try to keep 1 kitten and that didn't turn out so well. So we got stuck with them all.
Yeah, you can't keep 1. You got to rescue them all.
Yep.
Me and my brother Gage actually found them.
Well, that was very nice of you to rescue them. Now they've got a warm, fuzzy home. That's good. And some food.
Yep.
Leah said the movie Ghost is one of her favorites.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Hell didn't exist until Dante's Inferno was painted.
And this goes out to the commenters. Why has nobody said anything about me?
Because.
The what?
The what? This goes out to who?
The commenters.
Oh.
The people who comment.
He wants to know why they're not talking about him.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody in the comments, say hi to Toby.
Does anybody have a question for Toby? Toby wants to know, does anybody have a question for him?
Yeah.
Ronnie, you saw us all sweat. Yes, if you want to know and you want a firsthand experience of what down below might feel like, go ahead and investigate the Spirit of Clover Hill in July.
Ronnie saw me about to die. Ronnie, you would have been investigating me. You almost investigated me that day.
Carrie has 6. You have 6 cats and a possum. When did you guys get a possum?
Aww.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Before we go, there is a question for Toby.
All right.
Toby, are you afraid of ghosts? Ronnie wants to know.
No, not really. When I'm with my mom, I'm not, but when I'm alone, yes.
Good answer. Good answer.
So your mom's your
Hey,
hero. I
Donna,
love that.
That's right. Mom's your hero.
So is my father.
Hey, Donna,
Mom and dad are his heroes. I love
those
it.
are the best two heroes you
I
can have. That's
love
outstanding.
it.
Great answer, Toby. I like that.
Perfect. Yes, Cloverhill was hot that day. Well, guys, we're getting ready to wrap it up. Spirit Seekers, do you guys have any social media? YouTube, Facebook, TikTok?
And
I'm on
anything
Facebook and YouTube.
Okay, where can we find you on Facebook and YouTube?
Just look up Spirit Seekers and I'll pop right up.
Okay, perfect. Everybody go give my friends, Spirit Seekers, a follow on their YouTube and their Facebook page. We're always down. If you have any further questions after this podcast, send us a message on our Hill City Paranormal page. We'll try to respond as quickly as possible. Please allow for a little bit of time. The older I get, the less my phone is in my face. So, and I go to bed at ungodly times like 9 p.m. because I'm old. So yeah, send us a message. And like I said, give Spirit Seekers a follow. Wait, Ronnie said, wait, what, Ronnie? What?
And after this, go on over and check out the Freaking Awesome Paranormal Show. Hit them up too to get on their show for an interview.
Ronnie, you got like 20 seconds to type. Your little fingers better be moving.
Put your glasses on, Ronnie.
Come on, old man. I know it's a computer. No typing
and
like
thank
this.
You, Daryl.
Thanks, Daryl. Do you know Anthony Simonelli?
Who's that question for?
That's for you.
Oh, no.
I don't know who Anthony Simonelli is either.
Me neither.
I don't think I heard that name in a movie once.
We'll go Google it, though. Google's my bestie.
Mine too.
Right. The man with the hair. That's all, folks.
Yes. If you ever see Dinner with the Ghost pop up, try to attend it. It's a great event.
Dinner with a Ghost is awesome.
The host has the most beautiful hair you've ever seen in your life.
He spent 20 years growing it.
No, he spent like 60 years growing it.
Probably longer. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We're here every Tuesday. Next Tuesday, 8 p.m., we will be welcoming, drumroll, Lost Souls PI, Emily and Chris. So 8 p.m., 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live on Facebook, YouTube,
yeah, I'm going to confront Emily, too, by lying on me for screaming one night, too.
We heard you scream. Everybody heard you scream. The whole neighborhood heard you scream.
Y'all did not hear me scream.
No, he's not a part of Spirit Seekers. Spirit Seekers is a newly forming team out of New York.
Yep.
So let's go, as Ronnie's favorite term goes, show some para-unity, guys. Give him a follow.
Shout out to the Big Apple.
That's right. Until next time, guys, we'll see you on the other side.